Hello, everybody. All right, welcome to the Mikestand. I hope everybody's having a good week thus far. Of course, today is Tuesday, May the 21st, 2023. We're, of course, going to give people a chance to come in pretty soon here. Just give and all that. All right, so before we talk about what's on tap for tonight, of course, we're, as I said, just going to give people a chance to come in. So I hope, as a reminder, of course, if you guys haven't already, if you guys can like and share the stream, see if we can get some more friendly people in here to engage. That'd be appreciated. Also, if anything here grabs your attention, feel free to comment and or ask questions. We'll try to answer the questions to the best of our ability. So, anyways, let me just check a couple more things here. Let's see. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess. All right. Well, let's see. Well, we're now at 2 minutes, or just past the 2 minute mark. Let's see now. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Let's see. I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. I'm strong to the finish when I eat my spinach. I'm Popeye Sailor Man. Let's see. What else? Casper, the friendly ghost, the friendliest ghost you know. He laughs all day, dancing frolics all day. Casper, the friendly ghost, friendliest ghost you know. Let's see. He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. All right, so let's see. So now we're just past the 3 minute mark. So I guess we just do this real quick, and then I'll go over what's on tap for tonight. All right. So with that, so here's what's on tap for. Of course, I'm going to go over one article from Bounding into Comics. We have let's see. Well, there's a first look of revealing the Asian Harley Quinn in Amazon's Batman Cape Crusader. That's the article we're gonna go over tonight. Depending on how fast we get to that, maybe we might add an article to see if there's anything else to look at. We also will have, of course, a wrestling wrap up and this day in each history. Um, So let's see. Now we got 4.5 minutes here. Let's see. Anything else? As always, guys. If you haven't already, if you guys can like and share the stream, see if we can get some more friendly people to engage. That'd be appreciated. Also, if anything here grabs your attention, feel free to comment and or ask questions, and I'll try to answer the questions to the best of my ability. Let's see. Alright, so with that, why don't we go ahead and get started then? Started with the material here. Get into the article here. All right, so coming up on 6 minutes now, we'll go ahead and get started with the article for those watching live and or on the replay. So here we go. First look reveals Asian Harley Quinn in Amazon's Batman Cape Crusader. Article by J.B. Augustine, published earlier today. So there's, of course, the Harley Quinn. I guess in the 2017 Warner Brothers movie Batman and Harley Quinn, hanging. Harley gets done, as she's voiced by Melissa Roach. Again, just the idea of the design they originally gave her, from back in when she was first created in the Batman the Animated Series cartoon back in the early 90s there. So, a new Batman animated series you may have heard of, dubbed Caped Crusader, is coming soon. It has a release date of August 1st. After years of development, but that isn't the update that's getting all the attention. Before we get there, allow us to set the stage. Back in 2021 at the online convention DC Fandom, promises were made that the upcoming show would be different and inject a little diversity into the cast. You can probably guess what that means. Warner Brothers Animation could have redirected their ambition to introduce unfamiliar characters like Punchline, who fits the part without change, or create new ones. However, they went the opposite road most traveled in recent years. Entertainment Weekly released a sneak peek at the series that reveals Joker's girl, Harley Quinn, will be a supporting character. However, it's not Harley. It's not the Harley we've all known since the 90s. Later made into a phenomenon by Margot Robbie and the DCEU. In Caped Crusader, she is Asian American, which is a choice made by her co-creator and show's executive producer, Bruce Timm, who wants this new direction more than anybody. Quote, I co-created the character, so I have a lot of love and affection for her. But I thought there might be something interesting about bringing her on the show, just not as Joker's girlfriend, unquote, Timm said. He then explained what else makes Caped Crusader's Harley different. Now, mind you, now one of the things I had previously heard in some descriptions about what they're going to do with Harley in this show, that one of the things they were going to do is they were going to focus more on her as she was before she became Joker's girlfriend. We're going to look deeper at the idea of who Dr. Harleen Quinzel was, as opposed to, the aforementioned Harley Quinn, and see her from that perspective, which would have been an interesting, thing to behold. But I don't even think that's where he decided to go with this. So let's continue on here. Quote, the original Dr. Quinzel was a little bit more serious, and then when she became Harley, she got really goofy and weird. So we thought, what if we reverse that? When she's Dr. Quinzel, she's a a little bit more whimsical and fun. And when she's Harley Quinn, she's scary. Quote unquote. Um, Tim continued. So basically, the idea of putting maybe a bipolar spin on its ear, basically. But as he teased, Harley won't be aligned with Mr. J, and instead forges her own path in this alternate canon. Um, However, she won't have her psychiatry career behind completely for a life of crime, or she won't leave her psychiatry career behind completely for a life of crime, as the two vocations will complement each other. So, in some respects, with that in that regard, it sounds like they're going to try to make for Cape Crusader here. They're going to try to make Dr. Harley Quinn, a modern day version um, of what Professor Strange was. Um, or I guess they're gonna they're gonna they're going to they're gonna kind of make her a modern version of Professor Hugo Strange, who initially was introduced as a criminal mastermind in the Golden Age, and I think it was in the Silver Age when they brought the idea that he's a criminal psychologist. You know, he was psychiatrist. So um, that'll be interesting. Kind of combining what we know of Harley with the elements of maybe Professor Doctor Hugo Strange. That will be interesting to say the least on that. All right, so let's see what else. Per EW, or Entertainment Weekly, quote, rather than catering to the Joker and other criminally insane residents of Arkham Asylum, the Dr. Quinzel of Cape Crusader is a normal Gotham City psychiatrist. In fact, she gets assigned to treat none other than Bruce Wayne himself, unquote. The sneak peek also reveals that Tim is following the lead of Matt Reeves' Batverse and swapping Commissioner Gordon to black. Meanwhile, he is going retro with Clayface, and Catwoman in a way that's faithful to the Golden Age. Okay, so at least the last two parts there, but just simply turning Commissioner Gordon black and what they're planning on doing here. Yeah, I mean, just for the sake, Anyways, um, so I guess they have another article here saying how Bruce Tim will, that Batman Cape Crusader will be more inclusive, and so you know I think most people, particularly those of you who follow me, just to race swap somebody just to sit there and make a point or something like that. I don't think it is all that a great idea. You know, you can. I mean, if you want to add more diversity to things, you can always just make new characters. But of course, again, the reason people don't want to do that is because you know they can't really. People are not as liable to, let's say, trust what the messaging is. They figure they can latch the latch the character to the message. Latch a character they already know to a message. It's a lot easier to just kind of shove particular messages down people's throats. So yeah, so 14 minutes. Okay, so let's see. Let's see here. So 14 minutes in already. So what else can we? I guess I should take a quick peek around and see what else is up here. All right, so let's take a look around and see what else is in here to get our attention here. See if anything else. All right, nothing there. Let's see. See if anything's popped up here new since I checked this afternoon. Okay, no, we read that the other day. In fact, I think we read that yet. Maybe. Um,
Can you help me, please? Or are you still going for your run or no? I'll go with you. I just need to keep.
all right, so yeah, so basically, May, as usual, continues to be kind of a slow month here. Slow news cycle in terms of niche. Let me check one more possibility here, and then probably just free talk for a bit here. Let's see. Let's see. Just trying to think here. Oh yeah. Oh. Yeah, nothing new there. All right. So, anyways, so we still got a bit of a while to go here. Let's see. So, all right. So, anyways, so of course today, when I was watching Tune In with Me, I was actually kind of happy with the because normally on compilation shows like that, they'll usually they'll usually give you like 5 cartoons. Sometimes 6 if they're not doing anything else. They're just showing cards. Today, now normally they'll usually default to Warner Brothers in terms of giving whatever extra slots to. If you have 5 slots, you'll give 2 or 3 to Warner, and then everybody else gets one. But today, they actually gave Universal. Universal, of course, is the company that distributed the Walter Lantz cartoons, Woody Woodpecker, Chili Willy. So today it was kind of a nice little change of pace. Um, Actually, yesterday they, for the first time in a while, they showed a Fleischer Superman cartoon as well. Now I'm guessing right now, Tune In with Me is starting to kind of vary what cartoons they show, because they showed a Betty Boop today, which again haven't been showing Betty Boop much of late either. But they seem to be showing a little bit more variety now. It would appear. I think this is in part due to the fact that next month MeTV is going to be starting up their own classic cartoon channel called MeTV Tunes, and they've got the library. They got the Warner Brothers, Looney Tunes, Merry Melody library, the MGM library with like Tom and Jerry and Spike and Tyke and Barney Bear and Droopy. They've got they'll have the of course the Paramount live, and of course we already know they have Popeye, Betty Boop, and the Superman cartoon from the early 40s. And apparently they're going to start showing, at the very least, the Casper the Friendly Ghost cartoon from famous studios as well. So we'll wait and see what more they'll have for us from that point. Um, we'll have also Little Audrey, Baby Huey, Mohair and Tommy Tortoise. Hector and Catnip. You know, let's see. Actually, and because of a deal they struck with Warner Brothers Discovery, they're also going to be bringing over a lot of the Hanna-Barbera. Some people are saying that now. It's kind of funny. Warner Brothers is apparently putting itself where it's in a situation where it's competing. They still have Boomerang Channel, which still is showing some of the classic stuff like Tom and Jerry, Popeye, and all that. But also in recent years, Boomerang's become kind of a cast-off channel for the older Cartoon Network stuff like codename kids like Dora Dexter's Laboratory, Johnny Bravo, stuff like that. But now apparently Warner Brothers Discovery's got a deal going with Weigel Broadcasting where they're going to be utilizing a lot of their catalog. And I also see a lot of Hanna-Barbera stuff on MeTV Tunes as well. And I think from what I heard, they even got the Rocky and Bullwinkle show as well. So now that's from Jay Ward, I believe. So a lot of classic cartoons coming to MeTV, to say the least. Kind of funny, even this past Saturday when during the Popeye and his pals show, instead of the quick clip segment, they ended the show with one of the shorts from the Popeye series in the 1960s, which was, to my knowledge, the first time they'd done that on MeTV. Showing like the Popeye series from the 60s there. So. Oh wait, I'm sorry. Hey, Metal. Thanks for popping in. Yeah, I know you're probably busy because I know you said you usually are doing something on Tuesdays. I know you're probably just popping in to say hi and like and stuff. I appreciate that. Yeah, actually, I think I got another subscriber today too. I'm up to 213 now. Because somebody, I guess, watched my Filmation, my On the Mic Filmation episode, and seemed to care for it, seemed to like it. So, anyways, hope you're doing well, Metal. Yeah. So as I've been saying though, I was like watching, MeTV and all that, some of the cartoon selections. Of course, lately too, for filler's sake, I've been because I have Fire Stick, so I do have, I guess on there they have the 6 volumes of the cartoon classic compilations, and I'm started recently going through volume 4 recently. So if you guys haven't already, of course, you guys can like and share the stream, see if we can get some more friendly people in here to engage. That'd be appreciated. Also, if anything here grabs your attention, feel free to comment and or ask questions. I'll try to answer the questions to the best of my ability. Well, let's see. Oh yeah. Let's see. 25 minutes. Okay. Let's see. I do know that starting this Saturday, of course, this Saturday the 25th, 25th slash Saturday night, Sunday morning, 25th, 26th. Toonami will of course be bringing everybody the second season of Superman or My Adventures with Superman. So they'll be starting off with an hour-long, I guess, season premiere, and then every week after, basically starting next week, June the 1st, they'll be showing as part of the Toonami line. It'll be My Adventures with Superman on at midnight time Pacific, followed of course by Zom 100, Bucket List of the Dead, another zombie apocalypse one there. Also, let's see, then reruns, of course, of One Piece. Reruns of One Piece. Naruto Shippuden, Dragon Ball Z Kai, the English dub reruns of Ninja Kamui, which just recently ended, and Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba. So, and of course, guys, again, if anything I'm saying grab your attention, or feel free to comment or ask any question. I'll try to answer the questions to the best of my ability. Anything else you guys want to bring up and talk about, feel free to do so. So, yeah. So, of course, we'll most likely be getting into the wrestling wrap up here in a few minutes. I'm just, again, unless anybody has any questions they want to ask, or anything about any other things regarding like comics or cartoons or anime or anything like that. As I said, I'll try to answer the question to the best of my ability. Let's see. Anyways, I do have to actually step away from the computer for a moment, so I'll be right back. But what I will do, I'm gone. I'll put some music on to entertain you guys. I'll be right back. I just need to step away for a moment. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. Sometimes stuff happens, but anyways, so let's see. So we're past the 31-minute mark. So I guess I will start going over the I guess I'll start going over the wrestling wrap up here a little bit. So of course, last night was the Monday Night Raw, the Go Home Raw, heading into the Go Home Raw, heading into this weekend's King and Queen of the Ring from Saudi Arabia. Let's go ahead and take a quick peek at all that. Let me just go over the results of that. So in the Queen of the Ring semifinal match, Lyra Valkyrie defeated former WWE Women's Champion Io Sky. In the main event, the semifinal match in the King of the Ring tournament, Gunther, former Intercontinental Champion, defeated Jey Uso. They also had in a non-title match, Chad Gable defeat Intercontinental Champion Sami Zayn. Braun Breaker made his presence felt on Raw as he defeated Cale Dixon in minute 53. In a match for the WWE World Tag Team title, R-Truth and The Miz retained over the Judgment Day duo of Finn Balor and JD McDonough. And then in a number one contenders match, in a number one contenders fatal four-way match for the WWE Women's Tag Team Champion, Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark outlasted the Damage Control duo of Dakota Kai and Kairi Sane. Kairi Sane, of course, the former tag team champion. Maxine Dupree and Ivy Nile, and Kaden Carter and Katana Chance. So that's all, of course, leading up into this weekend's King and Queen of the Ring at in Saudi Arabia. I believe that's where that's going to be held. Just double check that. In which, of course, the King and the 2024 King and Queen of the Ring will be crowned this Saturday. Let's find out. Yeah, in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, at the Jeddah Superdome. Also, aside from the King and Queen of the Ring finals, as Lyra Valkyrie and Gunther have already advanced representing Raw, Becky Lynch will be defending the WWE Women's World title against Liv Morgan. Sami Zayn defends the Intercontinental title in a triple threat match against Bronson Reed and Chad Gable. And then Cody Rhodes will be defending the WWE and WWE Universal and WWE titles against Logan Paul. So there you go with that. And then in AEW news, of course, as they get ready to prepare for this weekend's not this weekend's Double or Nothing from Vegas. Tomorrow night's Dynamite will be held in Bakersfield, California. Tomorrow night's Dynamite will be coming to everybody from the Mechanics Bank Arena. and already slated for tomorrow night. We have quite a number of matches, including Matt Sydal to be taking on Konosuke Takeshita. The tag team known as the Outcasts of Harley Cameron and Saraya taking on Mariah May and Tony Storm, and AEW Women's World Champion Tony Storm. Malachi Black and his preparation to be taking on to face Edge at Edge for the TNT title at Double or Nothing in a barbed wire cage match. We'll be taking on Kyle O'Reilly. In a match that will set up Chris Jericho's opponent at Double or Nothing, in a number one contender three-way eliminator match for the FTW title. Former champion Hook will be taking on Katsuyori Shibata and Brian Keith. In a non-title match, AEW World Champion Swerve Strickland will be taking on the Patriarchy's Nick Wayne. International Champion Roderick Strong and Trent Beretta will be teaming up to take on former International Champion Orange Cassidy, as well as Roderick Strong's opponent coming up at Double or Nothing, Will Ospreay. And you also have Bryan Danielson taking on Satnam Singh. We'll have Sanjay Dutt in his corner. In some other AEW news, of course, it's been announced that Eddie Kingston will be out until the early part of next year, as he recently suffered, back at New Japan's resurgence a few weeks ago during his title defense of the New Japan Pro Wrestling strong openweight title. He injured. Looks like from what they were saying, he tore up his leg pretty bad. I think he has a torn ACL, some ligament damage. He's gonna basically be out until early 2025 from what the reports are saying. So we hope hope the recovery goes well for him. And with that now, so that's all I got for you guys in terms of the wrestling wrap up. Let me go ahead and take a look here. So, with all that being said, I guess we will take a look back, take a peek at with today being Wednesday, Tuesday, May 21st, 2024. We'll take a look back at this day in each history. History! Now, first off, I'd like to wish a happy 70th birthday to voice actress, producer, and director Janice Carmen. Now, I know many of you may not know the name, but you definitely would probably know the voice. Of course, Janice Carmen, along with her husband Ross Bagdasarian Jr., is known for their work on Alvin and the Chipmunks. Of course, Janice in particular is known as she's the voice of Theodore Seville, as well as the creator and voices of the Chipettes. Let's see, so happy 70th birthday to Miss Carmen. So with that being said, getting ready to move on to the next piece of Nietzsche history. We'll move ahead 40 years to 1994, which of course was 30 years ago today. On this date, 30 years ago today, a couple of anime movies premiered over in Japan on this date back in 1994. So, Studio Dean's Doryu no Onitachi and Mook Animation's Dotkoi Wanpaku Doryu. Both premiered on this date in premiered on this date back in 1994. Now I don't know what the translation. There's no additional information on them, but all I can tell you is on this date, 30 years ago today, Studio Dean's Doryu no Onitachi and Dotsukoi Wanpaku Doryu both premiered on this date in Japan 30 years ago today. With that, as we continue on here, also on this date in 2003, so 21 years ago today. On this date, 21 years ago today. Back in 2003. The 140th issue of Veronica from Archie Comics went on sale on this date back in 2003. So for $2.19 was 32 pages. So on this date, 21 years ago today, 140th issue of Veronica from Archie Comics went on sale on this date in back in 2003. Of course, the three featured stories in it were Comic Relief, She Screams for Ice Cream, and Bridesmaid Charade. So that's kind of some interesting stuff there to read about at some point. So with that, I think so with that now, as we now wind things down a bit, I thank everybody for being here tonight. I hope everybody enjoyed the show. I know we're running a little short tonight, but sometimes you're gonna have periods of high news and have periods of low news. Sometimes you're gonna have a fast news cycle where it's like boom, 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 and other times you're gonna be like, we may be lucky to get one or two stories out there. But with that, I hope everybody enjoyed the show. We'll be back here again tomorrow with more niche news. Of course, I'll have Rick on with me tomorrow night. Of course, this Friday, we'll be looking back through comics history, as I will have Apex from Apex Comics on with me, as we will be looking back to the comics went on sale back in February 1940. This week, we'll be looking at comics went on sale from Prize Comics. We'll be looking at Prize Comics Volume 1, Issue 2, with features such as Power Nelson, Jupiter, the Master Magician. Let's see. I think Black Owl will be another one, and Storm Curtis of the Coast Guard. So with that, I thank everybody for being here. I hope you all enjoyed the show, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.